you say government comes in to say you've been a director for about 10 years, that you should step down and let some other person run it, does it mean that for us who are SMEs or medium scale, that it could affect us? Or is it that when you ask people to bring in money, people contribute money and you begin to run that business as if it's a family's heirloom under a religious body? It also means that you also mentioned Dangote, that Dangote can also set up a mosque and ask people to contribute and now channel Dangote sugar, Dangote cement, Dangote flour under that mosque and run it as a mosque. So I want you please to throw more light on where does this regulation end? Where does this interference begin? Thank you.
What Obaze said he would do, he says that a lot of people are making money, they don't pay tax, they give it to the church, so you should tax the money in the hands of the church. I think we're getting into dangerous territory. Because you see, the church and the mosque and religious organizations believe, for those that, believe in the church or in Islam or whatever religion, every religion, they believe in faith and they believe in works. They believe in making these things real in your life. So if I'm just praying for you, you marry, you don't marry, and I'm not introducing you to any man. Or you're looking for work, and I have other people in my church, they're looking for employees, and I don't say, Mrs. Dunga, please, church member. So the church, the first schools in Nigeria were built by churches. CMS Government School in Bariga was built by the church. The first hospital in Nigeria was built by the church in Abeokuta. Many hospitals that are used today were built by the church. A lot of roads were started by the church. Justice system was run by the church. So, and today, the church intervenes with prostitutes, with area boys, with vagabonds, with drug addicts. So they use money to do these things. They set up homes for orphans, for motherless, and they have all kinds of ministries. Now, we can't deprive the church of the ability to do those things. So if a church or a mosque then invest the 10 naira that it is given with Mrs. Lunge, so it becomes 20 naira, not to distribute to the priest, but to use for the church of the work and providing for failure of the state, I do not see how it will be reasonable to begin to tax. And when you then say, I shall not be leader for more than 2 years, and my son cannot be, well, who says? If it's church and God says it's a lineage, it is me that I'll be the priest for the rest of my life, why should anybody remove me? If it is not the vision of God, then it's not the vision of God. If I have set up a church and I'm running it like a business, I don't have a problem. So the problem is Obaze was beginning to drag us into an area where even if it was lawful, it's not expedient. We're living in a country where things are, very thin in terms of tension. And little things can erupt. So when you begin, so Buhari does these things, and we Christians begin to say, it's because he's a Muslim. He wants to spoil the church. He wants to change our leaders. We begin to fight. So it may even be lawful. It may be nice to tax churches. It may be nice to say the head of Mountain of Fire should not be there any longer. But is it expedient? Because the people that believe in Mountain of Fire will go on the mountain and will breathe fire on you.
Current FRC code has been suspended. From the whole analogy about it, even down to the non-profit, what is your take so far on it, and what's the way forward?
Well, the way forward is to hope that the various agencies of government that are to nominate members to the council do so very quickly, so that the council can meet and begin to act. Because what Obaze did anyway was unlawful. There was no council at the time he issued the regulations, and the regulations could only be issued by the minister and some things done by the council. The Director General has no power in the law to have done what he did. I think it is clear to everybody before the man was finally suspended, that even the Minister for Investment, Trade and Industry has suggested a suspension of the regulations because they just don't make any sense in 2017 to have regulations that are taking us back to 1500.
There was this salient issue about non-profit organizations, including the church and all that. Because a lot of people are trying to get a clear analysis, and people are not really saying something, and you're saying something. So what do you really have to say in this regard?
Well, it's been suspended, so I think we shouldn't waste too much time on it. I am nearly certain that the Dr. Suleiman-led board will come up with something reasonable. Nobody is against ensuring that every unit of citizenship or residency in Nigeria, obeys the laws of the land. The question is, what kind of laws do you have for them? It's in our constitution that we're a secular state. We separate religion and the state. The government should be wary in interfering in religious affairs. We live in a country where poverty drives us to use religion and other things to divide our people, and therefore we should not play politics with this thing. Now, what we had with Obaze was what is clearly, in my view, interference with the affairs of faith, and he cannot control faith. If I believe in somebody that he is the leader, that he is God appointed, why should Obaze tell me he's not God appointed? But if we have a church and we come together as a church to have tenure limits, then that's fine. But if we're in a church where we believe leaders are picked by divination, then why should government tell us that in no church can anybody be picked by divination?